Welcome to a brand new podcast once again. This is Oracle 19, and my name is Greatness. For any business inquiries, you can email me at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. If you want to put your brand on our podcast, email us, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. Also, you want to make a free will offering to our through our PayPal account, same email, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. Where we have different links to other social media sites, www.linktree.com/evolutionoflondon. So definitely check that out and support the machine. You can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is www.evolutionoflondon.com. We have a whole wide range of products: men's, kids, ladies' clothing, jewelry, house products, etc. Also, check out www.evolutionoflondon.org, custom clothing, accessories, digital products for business as well as personal use. And finally, check out evolutionoflondon.store. That's our accessories website where we have smaller items, DVDs, shea butter, soaps. So check that out as well. Check out royalty9international.com. Luxury candles, 100% natural soy wax candles from scented to unscented, different colors, styles. Scented candles have myrrh, frankincense, jasmine, eucalyptus, peppermint, rose, just to name a few. So definitely support that. And they're on social media, TikTok, Royalty9 International, as well as Instagram, Royalty9 International. So definitely check their posts out weekly and support their brand. Music, Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube, whole wide range of beats. So definitely support Cheap Limousine, and once you go to his channel, you'll see different social media sites. There you're gonna support that, of course, and then from there, after you finish with Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube, you will check out Mr. Evolution of London. Mr. Evolution of London is our health and wellness channel. Whole wide range of videos for you to improve your health. So definitely like, subscribe, and share to Mr. Evolution of London. And finally, check out Greatness 19 channel. Greatness 19 channel. Whole wide range of educational videos to open up your third eye. Over 370 videos. So like, subscribe, and share to the platforms that I've mentioned. Again, like I said, we worldwide, over 25 countries. Well, right now, I should say 25 countries right now. So support, and post it on your social media platform as well. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years. So if you want to book a consultation, email him at williesfitness99@gmail.com. That's Willies, WILLYZ, fitness99@gmail.com. And support his merchandise, www.jaccessories.org, where he have custom clothing, accessories, as well as digital products. Irie Bites, Caribbean takeout restaurant located in London, Ontario, downtown London to be specific. The address is 91 Wellington Street North. The telephone number is 519-858-4743. They open Monday, Tuesdays, 12 to 6. Wednesdays they close. Thursdays through Saturdays, 12 to 6. They accept all forms of payments, including Interact, MasterCard, Visa, and please note that taxes are not included. And check out their website, www.iriebites.ca. That's IRIEBITES.ca. And if you have any questions, email them at info@iriebites.ca. You can check out our Patreon channel. We have videos that is not on YouTube, also digital products as well as consulting services. So check out www.patreon.com/Evolution of London. Now, the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on Anchor.fm, Google, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, just to name a few. So anything that I haven't mentioned, check the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, the Greatness 19 channel, and Mr. Evolution of London. And again, like, subscribe, and share worldwide. All right, well, I want to talk about topic. I always give my perspective. And today we're going to talk about building families. Building families. What do I mean? Well, this is what I call a fast track in these streets. And again, modern day society, families are fractured. It's not like yesteryears, our grandparents and great-grandparents, where you had family togetherness. Because there's so many distractions on TV, such as feminism, I would say homosexuality. It's a distraction to the family life, to the traditional family life. Money, greed, selfishness, court, violence, drugs. All of these things have an impact on breaking the family structure, the traditional family structure. So we can do things like and follow the same patterns or similar patterns as our grandparents and great-grandparents because we're in a different era. This is an era of a lot of distractions, a lot more chaos as it was 50, 80, 100 years ago. Sometimes in life, due to the fact we are fractured as a people, as a nation, as humans, you try to mend things to the best way you can, as you should. Let's say for a man, building family structure. And I mentioned this on previous shows. You got to get your money right, men. You got to get your money right. And it's not about worshiping money. It's to put you in a position, one, that you can do and maintain for yourself. That's important because if you can't maintain yourself, you can't maintain anything. You can't build nothing. You can't raise a family properly. Now, we know money is not everything, but in this modern day society, it's important. It's essential in order to be crowned as a king. You gotta have your money right. Nobody's saying you have to be a multi-millionaire, but be in a position where you can, again, sustain yourself. And if you find you are struggling, that means as a man, you have to step up harder and work harder. And it's not going to be an easy road in terms of building your family structure. Sometimes you have to work that 2 or maybe 3 jobs. You might have to stay up late to work on your brand. You might have to put in 14, 16 hours for the overall good. Now, some people will say, well, you end up killing yourself. Well, you know, the thing about it is life is what you make of it. We all know that, men, you know that it's not easy out here. And you have to work harder. Especially you black men. You have to be twice as good as anyone else. You got to work twice as hard because you're not respected. I mentioned this on previous shows. So you have to go get it. It's not an easy road. But for everyone else, men, yes, you have to work hard. And you sometimes have to sacrifice for the overall good to prepare you to build your nation. That's part of building family, because you're able to provide for them to the best of your ability. You have to go and hunt and gather. That's my little slang. You got to go hunt and gather so you could build a family structure. And only you know thyself, men, to what you need to do to build your family. Because again, your situation is different from my situation, and my situation is different from your situation. So like I said earlier, it's not like the yesteryears, 50, 80, 100 years ago, when life was more simpler. Society was simpler. Now there's so many distractions to pull your family away. So the only thing you know you can control what is in front of you, men. And how you do that is work. Work. I say it again, work. Whether you're working self-employed or you're working at a company, but you gotta work. To produce, to put you in a better situation for yourself and to help build your family. It's non-negotiable. It's just non-negotiable. You can't sit around and say, woe is me. Because families is not built that way. Control what's in front of you. Step 1. Step 2, my personal opinion, keep a clear head. Many of you men, how can you build families and you are on drugs all the time, always high? You know, guys, if you listen to previous shows, I talk about weed and other drugs. You got to have a clear head out in these streets. You can't be all weeded up morning, noon, and night. And you talking about building a family, trying to build a nation, especially you black men. How the heck you gonna build something and you don't have a clear head of what you want to do? You got to take a hit before you able to go to work. And guess what? If you don't take that hit, you're not thinking straight. Well, how you gonna build anything and you're not in the right state of mind? Like I said in other shows, you didn't come out your mother's womb with a blunt in your hand. So you really don't need that. My personal opinion. But we've been so conditioned, media and peer pressure and environment, to make evil fair seeming. All of that is distractions. You can't build nations being all weeded up. And now I know I'm going to get pushback. People are going to say, man, it's a herb, man. It's this, man. You can be clear. I can see the stars. I can see the planet Pluto from here because I smoke. You don't know, brother. You don't understand, brother. Or you get the other terminology. Yo, son. I give you that New York slang. Yo, son, it's real out here, son. I could get it in, son. I need to just get that loud. I need to get that loud to function. Go ahead, get that loud. Spliff. Get your OG. Your purple haze. Your death. I know some of these terminologies. I'm not a smoker, never smoked weed in my life. But look, I'm around these guys. I'm around the world. I'm not blind to seeing it. But personally, my personal opinion, if you want to build nations, you got to build nations. If you want to build your family, you got to be clear-headed at all times, especially as a man. Nor you should be all liquored up as well. These guys out here drinking breakfast, lunch, and dinner liquor. They always high on their favorite drink. Gotta have a little taste before they go to work. And then when they return, a little tasty taste. Clarity. You gotta be clear. You gotta have clarity. And I'm not saying y'all guys should or should not drink or whatever. That's on you. But you have to show clarity if you're trying to build families, family structure. Picking the right person, men, is very important. Because if you don't pick the right person, that could destroy your nation as well. And what about the aftermath? People say, well, damage is done. That's a case-by-case situation. Because, again, nobody's perfect. People change. But here's the reality, men. You do what you can of what you got. You do what you can of what you have. You be the best you can be. That's all. You can't be the best for anyone else, but you be the best you can be to build a family. Even though it might be fractured, but you build with what you're working with. It is what it is. And the same thing with the ladies. Same principle. Being high, being liquored up, taking pills, being faded, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You gotta have clarity as well in order to help build a nation. And also, you have to be picking the best quality man that's out here. And I know, ladies, it's hard because this world is negative. 2/3 of the men out here are trash. Yes, I said it. 2/3 of men in society are trash. I said it on sight. It is what it is. But building families is very important. And of course, we have all made mistakes. People will say, okay, all right, I'm here. I'm in a situation right now. I already messed up my situation. What can I do? Well, you can control what you can do. Never mind anyone else. Build yourself up. If it means from the inside out. And this goes for man and woman. Build your physical. Exercise. Very good for mental health. And building your body. That's a given. That will help you to deal with your family. If it means you have to work more hours to be able to feed your family. Now, there's always sacrifices, and there's nothing perfect. It's a give and take in life. You work, you might can't see your children as much because you got to work, but that work help provide for them so they can have proper clothing and they could be the best they could be in the future. And you always assure them that. That's the best you can do. If you put your best foot forward, people, they could say, they didn't like this and that about you, but guess what? You put your best foot forward to help build either a new family structure or a fractured family structure or a continued family structure. If y'all guys know what I mean. I'm trying to simplify it as basic as possible because some situations you're in a toxic relationship. But maybe you can't be with the father or the mother, but you have an opportunity to be the best you can be for your children, man or woman. Or maybe you're in a marriage where y'all live together, you can't get along, but you try to work it through for the children and make sure they don't fall into pitfalls as you. See, there's always case-by-case situations. What I have been going through is different from you, so I can't really judge you and tell you to follow my blueprint, nor the reversal. Because, again, like I said previously, we're in different times, different situations. So we have to, it truly is a case-by-case situation in life. I have learned that over the years. So I can't gauge another man's situation and say, that's the blueprint for me to follow, nor vice versa. I can maybe take some ideas from that man or woman situation, but I can't say that's the definite blueprint to build or rebuild a family structure. I hope I'm making sense a little bit. I hope maybe this could be applied in your daily life. Because again, this is a cold society. And this society that we're in now is not about family structure. It's about individuality. It's about dog eat dog. It's about hatred among family, friends, and foe. So you scratch that out about love. This, because the way this demonic society is putting things out there is about individuality and separation within family and hatred and evil. So it'd be extra hard to build family or recreate a family structure in this society. You have to be off in another country in the woods to really have true peace, because this society is about chaos, destruction, separatism, etc. But guys, don't feel bad. You know, you maybe wish that you had a better family structure, grew up in a different environment. You know, maybe you didn't have a father, mother, whatever the case. You know, you had to grow up fast. Don't feel bad. There's hundreds of thousands of people in this North America that have gone through what you have gone through, or even worse. But from this point forward, if you want to start rebuilding your family or starting up a new family, control what you can do. First, be the best you can be and be honest with thyself. See, you can't be lazy. This society teaches us to have taught us and teaching us in real time to be lazy and not put our best foot forward, because they put so many distractions for us to continue being lazy. Like I said, TV, so we waste time. Drugs, so we always high in a fog, not thinking straight. And then we become dependent on the drugs. Laws that is put out here to really separate families and really in reality cause destruction. There's no foundation. There's no spiritual foundation. Just to show you how corrupt the society is, you go to court, you put your hand on the so-called Bible that they give you, and you swear to tell the truth and the whole truth, so help me what? So help me what? You know the answer. God. So really, the Lord is supposed to be the one to judge us. But it's a waste of time. What they say is that's propaganda in the court, because they don't follow the Lord of God. They make up their own man-made rules. There's no structure behind it. It's just talk, propaganda. This North American society is supposed to be based on, quote unquote, the Bible, Christian faith. But there's so much corruption that goes on in government, you can't even count it. So forget religion. Religion is non-existent as far as the government is concerned. They preach that on one end, but they do something different. So you could throw religion out the window. There's no such thing in the modern day society. So there's no structure. There's no spirituality. There's nothing that is being taught truly to fall back on, to build families. No foundation. You can see it in modern day society. So yes, it is hard to build families with propaganda and falsified information that is put out here. But this is the society. This is what we're working with. You can't just say, woe is me. I talk about who is your enemy. Of any race. For this matter, this part, we all have enemies. Who is your enemy within society? So if you know your enemy is against you, it makes it harder for you to build a family structure. But you can't sit down and be lazy, because the powers that be put roadblocks so you can be lazy. Make evil fair seeming. That way, as long as you have distractions, you will never be productive. You will make excuses. And then you will be a poor representation of you. Therefore, you won't be willing to help build your family structure, help build a nation, because you're too lazy. You're not proactive. Now, the powers that be, they winning. And it's you that will take a L. I definitely understand. It's very, very hard out here. It's no question about it. I definitely won't lie to you and say, oh yeah, it's just easy, you can do it, and it's hard. Because the roadblocks that's put among us citizens is basically, it's built for us to fail. It's built for us to be slaves. I give you an example. I just throw this out there. This is in my head right now. A lot of times I'm talking just on the fly with a lot of these shows. It's not. I don't write, like a 30 minutes of material. What I'm saying to you is really authentic. I'm just flowing. I'm just flowing with the music, and I have a couple bullet points where I start off with, but I just start rolling because it's just the top of the dome. That's what makes me great. Joking. But I am confident of myself. I really believe I'm great. But that's on another topic. You got to be honest with thyself. Anyway, people spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars for school. Let's say they spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on tuition to go to university and college, to be a business major or a communication major or a liberal arts major. Where do that get them? A full-time job at Wendy's. A full-time job at a call center. A full-time job at an office, just being a regular guy or gal. For all of that money you spent, now the government want that money back. And they penalize you with interest. So $40,000, $50,000 of tuition for the 4 years, some people's more, end up have to pay close to $100,000 or even better. Just to work at Wendy's. Just to work at a call center. Just to show you how, in theory, how demonic the system is. How cutthroat, how capitalistic the system is. People every year is going to college and to these universities that have been around 100, 200, 300 years. And every year they turn in, they're getting that money, billions of dollars from the students every year. And not all of those hundreds of thousands of students that graduate become successful. They end up being regular people with regular jobs. Some even be homeless years later. It's a shame. But this system is a capitalistic system, is a demonic system, is a system that is built for you to fail, not to win, to fail. Because if that's not correct, it's only a small percentage of people that graduate from college and then they become really, really successful. I mean, really. Most people that graduate from college just get a regular job. Some lose that job and they got to go on unemployment. They end up being regular people. Because the system is not built for you to win. And this North American, European, NATO societies is built for you to fail and be slaves. So you can't build a proper family because you are a slave to the society. You're a slave to the government. You're a slave to the powers that be. So while you're a slave, you don't have time to build a proper family because you tied into debt. To debt. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't go to college because college, it depends what you go, what you major in, and you got to really think about it and find out. When I tell people, when you, especially now, you graduating from college, you better make sure that job is giving you immediately 6 figures. If it's not, you're already failing. Because even 6 figures now is no money. But at least 6 figures, you become a regular guy or regular girl or regular man or woman. In my personal opinion, you be able to survive off of that. But if you're not, you just a regular person. If you because the average salary in the U.S. is only, especially for a man, but just average for a person is like what, 40, 45,000. I'll check the U.S. Census to back that up. I forgot, but it's nothing big. So if you making 50, 60, you really above the average. But even that is really no money in theory. So how can you really build a proper family structure? Because there's a cost, especially when you have children. But it is what it is. This is why it goes back to the basics, to the man, especially now. We're in critical times. Don't do your young men like the older generation. And when you start having children and then you already behind the 8 ball, your money is not right and you pick the wrong person. That goes both ways, man or woman. And then guess what? You gotta work from the minus. You're already in the minus. That's what I meant to say. You're already in the minus. Now you gotta dig yourself out of a hole. So you can rebuild the family structure or create or whatever the case. I hope you're feeling what I'm saying. I hope it makes a little sense to you. This both genders, man and woman. See, so building a family, it starts from you as an individual. See, this society creates, like I said, a lot of chaos. So most of us is already in a chaotic state. This is why divorce rates have grown higher and higher. Because man and woman is in a chaotic state. For all you individuals that have existing kids already and existing families, or, it is what it is. You're already in a situation, no turning back. So the only thing you can do as a man or a woman is strap up your boots and be the best you can be. And then hopefully everybody shines from that point. But it really, you have to develop yourself. And you're not too old to do it neither. You could be 30, 40, 50. As long as you're able to wake up in the morning, you have a chance. And there's one thing about this society, this evil society that we do live. There are loopholes for you to create to be a better person, to put yourself in a better situation. Now, it's not easy though. Like I mentioned, let's say, for example, you want to get your health and strength together. It's a pain in the neck to work out. It is free. You can do it from home, but you have to be disciplined. You can't be lazy. Like after this show, I'm already going to start my exercise. I do it day or night, whenever. Sometimes I can't do it in the daytime or in the early morning. I do it at night. It's just whatever. But I try to keep consistent weekly. And it's not all the time I slip and slide. I might miss a day, but the next day or the next following day, I'm on it again because I got to maintain my health, my strength. And you should do the same. And it's not easy when you're working and got other things. I totally get it. Because in my life, just to speak right now, I'm explaining to y'all guys, and it's therapy for me, but it also something that maybe can help you and help continue building your family, building your brand. But I got a lot on my plate, just as much the next man or woman. I go through things every day, every week, just like you. I'm no different from you. I'm no better than you. I've done a lot of degenerate things that I'm not proud of and caused a lot of pain and suffering to a lot of people, including myself first. But I can't sit around, what I'm going to do? Sit around and say, woe is me? And get in the fetal position. I gotta go and keep pushing on to be the best version of me. And you should do the same if you want to build families or rebuild families. This is necessary. There's no other way to get around it, guys. No way to get around it. I wish I could give you a story, a nice little ending, and tie it up in a mental bow and tell you'll be okay. And many of you guys out here it's going to fall under the wayside. It's prophecy, laws of nature, in the scriptures, whatever you want to believe in. That's just life. All you guys that listen to the show now, present and future, will be listening to the show. In the future, it's going to be successful. Many of you are going to fall under the wayside. Hopefully it won't be you. But guess what? You have an opportunity to control your destiny so you can build your families, build your structure. See, I can expand beyond building families, but I'm tired. The focal point is families because that's something that we really need, whether rebuilding your significant other in you or not. But building yourself where you can be a self-respected citizen, not to nobody first, to you first. You got to look in thy mirror and say, you know what, I'm on the right track. That's the first of everything. Looking in the mirror and being true to thyself. If you can't look in the mirror and be true to thyself, how you be able to be around and build a family structure, man or woman? So that's what it's all about. These are some steps in terms of building families. And especially I focus on the man because he is the head. The men got to be right mentally, financially, spiritually, physically, to the best of your ability in order to build families. If you are not right, fall back. Don't build a family. Build yourself. And then when you can get yourself, see, some people, they might never can have a family, build a family, because they will probably never be right. Those are the ones that are going to fall under the wayside. But there's a few of you men that you have the opportunity to build your families or rebuild them. And you are the ones that I will be focusing on. So good luck to you. Take care.